We left off 306 Dalit. Hashomei Megillah Mishuhu Mudar Hanomi Menu. Right. Person hears the Megillah of somebody he's not permitted to benefit from. Person made a neder, I will not benefit from you, from this individual. And he happens to be the Balkori. Is he permitted to hear Kriyas Megillah, the reading of the Megillah from that individual? Is that considered benefit? Yotze. Why? This we had also by Shofar. Mitzvahs lav nehonis nidno. Because benefit is not a mitzvah benefit. Benefit means it has to be a physical benefit. What? I mean, he will actually he supplies the material. Okay, let's try to understand this before you ask me the question. You say, you go to the dentist. He says, you have to have your teeth cleaned. Let's try to figure out what a tooth is. The enamel. We're talking about the cleaning right now. We'll get to the enamel and the root canal and everything else and the gum. And what about the blood supply? Okay, we'll talk about that. We're not holding there yet. Okay. Yotzo. So again, he quotes the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah. The mitzvahs lav nohonis. No, it's the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah. The mitzvahs were not given to benefit. The context of a spiritual benefit to be yotze, that's not benefit. A neder means you will not benefit physically, materially from the person. Okay? No, so that's what he... Wait. That's what he says earlier. That's why he says you should look what he had written earlier, that if the person is very specific with the neder, then you can't even be yotze, even the mitzvah. Because usually when a person says neder means literally it's synonymous with the physical, unless you're more specific. Okay? Mokum shein minyan. Okay? You have a community, there's no minyan. Im echad yodea v'acher meinu yodim. One is able to read the Megillah, the others are not. Echad poter kulam. There's the concept of shomei kol, and one reads it on behalf of the others. Vim kulam yodim. Interesting. Kol echad korei latzmo. Each person should read for himself. Even though there's a concept of rov ha'madras melech, right? There's even an argument in when you read the Megillah, should it be within the context of minyan, right? So it seems to be the preferable situation. One reads on behalf of the others. What the Gemara is only discussing where the others are not able to read the Megillah themselves. Seemingly, everybody could read it, but nevertheless, and maybe you'll say they're all 10 there, and each one's reading the Megillah himself within the context of 10. It's also not, because the Gemara says, Trei kol mishtami. Two voices cannot be heard simultaneously. You understand? If you have two people reading simultaneously, you're not yotze with either, unless you have in mind only to focus on one. So what are we speaking about? Let's see the Mishna Berura. 1 second. He says, but if there's a minyan, then it's preferable each person should read him for himself. Right? That's what we're talking about. Vim kulam yodim, kol echad korei le'atzmo. What is that? Mokshe mi'im echad ve'acherim yodim. Echad poter kulam. Vim kulam yodim, kol echad korei le'atzmo. Okay? Then a yochad motz chaver lebasora. V'lo domi lo shofar. Okay, he's asking a good question. What about shofar? We make such a differentiation. You don't need a minyan. It has no relevance to the say. The Kriyas Megillah harei kamo tefilo. The bein nasora. Dafka. The hine apri chodesh kos hozeh hurak linyin l'chatchil. This is only, it's preferable. Avol b'di'evrim iskavin lifter chaveiro. Person has in mind to cover his fellow. Yotzu afal pisha kulam yodim. Even though they're all literate, they could do it themselves, like the halach is by Shmon Esrei. Right? By Shmon Esrei, if a person could say his own Shmon Esrei, you're not supposed to be yotzu with a third party to cover you. So you're not able to. A person is not well, and somebody's going to cover him. Okay, it's fine. But a person able to say his own, there's a whole discussion in regard to Tfilas Haderech. If you're able to say Tfilas Haderech yourself, you'd be yotze with someone else. tefillah is tefillah. He's supplicating Hashem to protect you. So the Mishna Berura says, l'chatchila, preferably you should say it yourself, not have somebody else say it for you. Each person when he travels should say his own tefillah saderech. However, if you're not able to, most people don't know it by heart. Only one person has the printed card. So one says it for others. But if everybody has their own card, it's better to say it yourself. But that's what I'm saying. So it's not. But I'm saying, let's say you have a number of people in the car, right? You drive one of these 15-passenger things. Everybody has their own card. You know, limo service. You give. That's one of the, besides the bottles of water. You give out these little cards to each passenger. Okay. Of course not. He reads it himself. Shema doesn't have to be read from a text. Kriyas Torah has to be read from a text. It has to be read from a certain type of text. Whatever it is, of course. You motzi him, of course you motzi him. He, she, and you have in mind to cover him. Correct.
But the Shema is
same thing. Same thing. No, what? Chaseres Hashatz is not for really the people in the shul. More says people who are not able to come to shul. It's a whole different concept. It's not a Shomei Koneh. No. The Gemara says no. Am shebesodos. People who are in the fields and not able to come to shul, that's for them, even though they're not there. So it's not a Shomei Koneh.
The blind people can recite the Shema.
Why not?
Because it's in the Torah. It's not prayer. These are verses of the Torah.
Could I ask a question? Are you permitted to say the Shema not from the text? Person could see.
Yes.
But the verses from the Torah. What do we have to ask you a question around a blind person? Right? How are you permitted to say it?
Right. Yes, you are.
Right? What about, you teach a child, Torah Tzivilanu Moshe Moshe Akilas Yaakov. That's the first thing you're supposed to teach a child when he begins speaking. It's a pasuk in the Torah. Are you permitted to say it by heart? Right. So the Mechaber says, the Shulchan Aruch says, the reason why Dvarim Shebechsav Yator Shemlam Al Peh, why aren't you permitted? Because the text is crucial to recite it correctly. What about if you don't recite it correctly? Right. So that means you're not saying what you're supposed to be saying. But something which it's so people are actually it's repeated so often that people have to commit it to memory where people will say it correctly, then one does not have to say it in the text. That's the Mechaber. So Shema, and he gives the example, Shema that most Jews have it committed to memory, and when they say it, they will say words and not omit words. You're permitted to say the Shema by heart. And things have changed. He speaks about parshas Atomid, moon by Korbanos, right? Parshas Atomid says you're permitted to say it by heart. Because again, people that want everybody used to say it. So it's just part of the regular daily ritual, so you say it, therefore you could say it by heart. But something which is not normally said, it's said once in a while, those psukim have to be said from the text. That's firstly. So you say, what about Kriyas Torah? In the Yemenite community, the average Yemenite child, Yemenites, it's known they have phenomenal memories. Taimonim. Yemenites have phenomenal memories. I don't know if you know that. They know. How do you know that? Okay. You downloaded something from Yemen recently. Okay. They weren't Jews, the ones you saw on that download. Okay, so the reason is, so they make a differentiation. There's a difference quoting something or to be yotzei. Can stand. If you want to be motzi somebody, let's say in Kriyas Torah, to be yotzi you have to read from the text. Regardless of who knows it by heart or to what degree you know it by heart, it doesn't make a difference. To be yotzi, this is a little different. Kriya Shema, yotzei. Because Kriya Shema, everybody, the average person has Kriya Shema knows Kriya Shema by heart. Therefore, that could even to be, but what about something which is not at that level? Because it has to do with, let's say, he speaks to Mishna Berura, the Chofetz Chaim, that if a person, let's say, is a magid. A magid. He's a lecturer, or he's a preacher. So when he speaks, he quotes. He can't quote continuously from a text. He's quoting from multiple texts. So if he doesn't, and he doesn't have notes, it's not written down. So how does he quote? So he says, since those psukim that he's quoting is not within the context to be motzi anyone, it's just to convey information. The prohibition of quoting from the written law it doesn't apply to that. It's only within context when you want to be motzi someone. So Kriya story, you want to be motzi someone. That has to be read from a text. But just to quote, but he cites the others who disagree and say, we're speaking about psukim which the average person doesn't have committed to memory. It's best that if you could write it down to quote from it, but he said, but if it's impossible, then the vast majority hold, and so it's a Tosis. Tosis in Tamura says that since you're not being motzi, you're not covering someone, you permitted to quote even from Shebach Sav. Even as part of Tanakh, you're permitted to quote from memory.